How does what you do help create community in AUP?
So I work in the housing office. We manage the residences that all our first year students occupy during their first year in Paris. I think it helps create community at AUP because when they arrive in Paris, they don't know each other, they don't know the city, they don't know the culture. Having a sense of belonging by living with their peers in the residence hall, having programming in the residence hall, and just being surrounded by people going through the same experience does a lot to just help that connection, initial connection when they're meeting people, creating conversations, helping them have that support system in place. So I think in that sense, housing does play a role in building community.
Thank you. How does what you do create community at AUP?
So I'm a first year residential life assistant, and basically I help students, I help mediate, usually respond through emails. Through emails it's kind of hard, but normally when I have students come in, usually for questions or conflict, I basically help reinforce a sense of individualism within themselves, because most students who are coming in who are first year are on the younger side, and so they're just learning about self-discovery. And so I help enforce the fact that self-discovery is important, but aside from that, there's the other component of starting to kind of see what exists out there in the real world as far as people, and people being individuals with their personalities and their characteristics and their quirks and their vices. And I kind of help bring those two fronts and unite them by common ground, or again by mediating and using my personal experience on life, and seeing that I've lived quite some time right now, that I kind of help them realize that you can kind of function both on a personal basis, but also as a group of people, and not just two people, and then how that can kind of grow and flourish as they kind of learn how to cope, compromise, learn, and respect other people.
How does what you do help create community at AUP?
So I'm still relatively new to AUP. I mean, new to this department at AUP. I've been here for 3 years, but I've been in this department since August. And so we're part of the student development desk with Jan, who's not here today. And I suppose part of what we do is in answering people's questions, students' questions about where they can find information, and then we follow the student advisors. So we ask them how they're doing and make sure that their needs are being answered, that we can help them if they've got questions, if they've got needs. And so we're sort of indirectly creating community. We help the community help the community. You know, when we get on with each other, we're helping create community amongst each other, and that's important too, because it's an intense job, and so it's always nice when everybody gets along, which is the case in this department.